Welcome to a new Scary Tuesday, TikTakers. We bet that as good horror lovers, many of you are fans of Robert the Evil Doll and its movie alter ego, Chucky. However, what you probably don't know is that there is another doll that could be the perfect playmate for them. Their Japanese version, the terrifying Noroko. Noroko is a children's doll with a typical Japanese style with the size of a young woman. However, its most distinctive feature, or lack thereof, is that it has no face nor feet, so its appearance is far from cute. It's pretty scary. However, its essence hides something even more sinister, an ancient, bloodthirsty ghost. Until not long ago, Noroko was the property of an antiques collector who wanted to get that doll at all costs, attracted by the legend surrounding it. A legend about an ancient and ruthless emperor in Japan who, due to his dark character, was responsible for many conflicts and massacres. One of his decisions caused a gory massacre to the town in the Okinawa prefecture. His own subjects and citizens, sick of his tyranny, rebelled against him. They planned and carried out a scheme to assassinate him. However, the punishment they gave him went way beyond that. To condemn his soul for eternity, they ripped out his heart and put it inside a doll. They then disposed of it by throwing the doll to the sea. From that point on, a diabolical power emanates from the toy, and whoever bumps into it will be cursed with pain and anguish. Also, the ghost in the doll will turn against its owner, chasing them until finally killing them. And all of this because Noroko's spirit suffers from eternal agony. In fact, you can see the agony in the doll's gestures if you ever happen to see it moving. However, for your own safety, we don't recommend you ever witness such a scene. For instance, the very collector who wanted to get the doll witnessed it himself. Being a fan of the paranormal, he finally managed to get the doll and put it in a corner of his room. At night, the doll started to shake violently as if it was in terrible pain, with its eyes fixed on the floor. The man, who was jolted awake by the noise, froze in shock as he witnessed that scene. When he approached the doll to make sure it wasn't all his imagination, a sinister hand with the shape of a knife suddenly appeared from the doll's dress, mercilessly killing him. Since then, the whereabouts of the doll are unknown. They say that when Noroko finds a new victim, at nightfall, it drags itself to the ceiling of the victim's room, waiting for it to be seen so it can turn around and attack with all its fury. This is because since Noroko has no face, it doesn't like to be seen. So, as a bit of advice, you will know Noroko is right over you if you suddenly see drops of dirty water falling from above. And don't even think about looking up. There is a more recent legend about this doll, which makes us think that it's still out there, lurking in the darkness. About 10 years ago, Noroko was chosen to be part of a fighting game titled The Black Heart. The programmer wanted Noroko to appear as a ruthless killer with a very terrifying fatality. However, that idea ended up backfiring. In the middle of development, he found a strange file in his computer's hard drive. An executable which he didn't remember having created, titled Hunt Noroko. When he opened it, he discovered it was some sort of demo similar to the Slenderman games. It was played in first person, and the game took place in a dark forest with a single objective on the screen: search Noroko. So he started to walk around the forest, exploring it from one extreme to the other, but he didn't find anything. He got tired after exploring for half an hour. He was about to close the game when suddenly he heard the chilling weeping of a girl behind him. When he turned around, he froze in shock when he saw it was Noroko suddenly appearing behind him. He tried to run away, but everything around him went dark and a slow lullaby started to play, but with the notes all distorted. He was getting more and more confused. Where did that game come from? He couldn't have forgotten programming something like that. And then a new objective appeared on the screen. Hide from Noroko. He spent another half an hour playing, completely hooked. He couldn't put the game down. Until finally he could escape from that evil being. Or so he thought, because suddenly the ambient sounds of the forest stopped and he heard that terrifying weeping again. And on the screen, a new message appeared. Ready to die? His heart almost burst out of his chest when Noroko appeared once again. This time in front of him, and it started to tear him apart with its sharp claws. But the most terrifying thing was when it cut the head of his avatar in the game, showing it to the screen. It was the head of the author with the same face, but bruised, covered in blood, and with a distorted expression. On the screen, Noroko wrote with its blood, "Sweet dreams." And then the computer turned off on its own. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. And if you want to see more Draw My Life videos, subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode.